Hello traders and welcome to another video review. Today is Friday, last day of the trading week, the October 11th, 2024. Let's find out what do we have in the economic calendar for today. Do we have important events on the calendar? There you go, medium and high importance events. What do we have here? Asian session, non-event. Nevertheless, London session starts with the big bang. GDP of the United Kingdom in line with the expectations of 0.2%, increases from 0% to 0.2%. Quite good data here. Industrial production beats the expectations of 0.2% again with 0.8%. Manufacturing production beats the expectations of 0.3% with the actual number of 1.1%. Monthly GDP change a little bit lower, 0.3%, while the actual number is 0.2%. And trade balance shrinks from minus 18 billion to minus 15 billion. The German CPI number is in line with the expectations, 0% again. So that's a very nice data from the Germany. And we are still waiting for the psycho consumer climate from the Switzerland and the data from the GDP. Necessary monthly GDP tracker. It will be issued at the 2 o'clock and at 2:30. 2:30, basically during the beginning of the US session. We got the PPI number from the US. At the same time, we got some data from Canada, building permits, employment change, and unemployment rate. Then at 4 o'clock, we have the Michigan 1-year expectation and 5-year inflation expectations, of course, consumer climate and consumer sentiment. Quite nice this set of data from the US. Bank of Canada business outlook survey is scheduled for release at 4:30. CPI numbers from Russia are scheduled for release at 6 o'clock. And then we got US Baker Hughes oil rig count and total rig count scheduled for release at 9 o'clock. 10 minutes later, the FOMC member Bomar will give a speech, and at the 8 o'clock, federal budget balance from the US is scheduled for release. So, pretty busy day. As for Friday, some of the data are already known to the market participants, GDP data and industrial production, manufacturing production data from the UK, and of course the German CPI, which was the highlight of the London session. So let's just switch the topics to more technical one. We are going to take a look on the charts, and I think we should start with the euro-dollar as usual. Euro-dollar 4-hour chart hits the technical support and makes the bullish engulfing pattern on a 4-hour chart. Let me just zoom into this recent development. As you can see, we are keep trading below the 50 periods moving average on a 4-hour chart. Then we spike down to the level of 1.0904, and then we bounce back up as the bearish engulfing pattern has been done. Extremely oversold conditions indicate that the bears are in charge of this market, but now it looks like it's a good time for some kind of a bounce. The immediate technical resistance for the market participants, especially for the bulls, is located at 1.0952, and if we break above this level, let me just change the color for red. There you go. If we break above this level, the next target is 1.1003. So this is the outlook for the euro dollar. If we take a look here on the 4-hour chart, we can see how big this movement to the downside already is after this double top was made, after this WXY pattern has been set up for the development. So right now, definitely between this low and this low is the divergence in momentum. As you can see here, bullish momentum, positive momentum should be played out very, very soon. So that was the euro dollar. Let's find out what the cable is doing. After the data from the UK economy, we can see some sort of the upside movement here. We got the probe towards the technical support at 1.3, but the low was made at 1.320, so that's still 20 pips away. And the market bounced back up towards the technical resistance 1.3069. But now these days we have the new low, we have the new technical resistance, intraday technical resistance 1.356, and the market is still trying to break above this level. So far, no avail. So right now, all we got are the technical resistance levels and the key technical support at 1.3. So all of this movement to the upside towards 1.3433 has been basically retraced in almost 99%, right? So momentum is negative. There is a clear bullish divergence between these lows and the lows on the momentum. So the bulls are ready to start climbing higher, but I guess that the bears needs to test the 1.3 level to see how strong this support is, and when they are ready, they might and when the bulls are ready, they might start to move higher back on. Again, we didn't have any Japanese data whatsoever, so there is no point of looking at this. Let's take a look at the SP500 ahead of the Friday trading session. New all-time high was made at 5,794. As you can see, we keep moving higher, keep making higher highs here, and the momentum is still positive, it's still strong. So there is no evidence that the S&P 500 wants to go down or wants to do some sort of the correction. We might apply this kind of a pattern here. It's an ending diagonal, right? Something like this, maybe, just maybe. This might be the ending diagonal pattern, and if it is, then obvious reaction from this pattern is strong sell-off, basically to the base of this pattern, 5,089 points. But it doesn't actually look like this pattern has been completed just yet. And we are very, very close to the level of 6,000 points. So maybe after we hit this level, the market will be ready to do some bigger corrections. Please remember that the last big correction was actually quite significant, minus 10%, over minus 10%. So this situation here, if it develops into the fully blown correction, will be bigger than 10%. Whatsoever. So that was the S&P 500, and now let's just take a look at the Bitcoin market. So the Bitcoin doesn't actually cares about any kind of a development on the other market. It is a market on its own right now, and we can clearly see that since the high at 66,446, we have made another ABC pattern. Let me just mark it up for you. You can see it clearly that since this high, we have made the wave A, then we got the wave B to the upside. Now we develop wave C. Whether it is completed at 58,901 is debatable. Nevertheless, you can see extremely oversold market conditions, very strong reversal here in momentum, quite interesting and strong reversal on the price. So maybe this free wave corrective pattern is completed right now. Let me just copy this upper line to see whether we have some kind of a channel or something like this. Well, no, it doesn't actually. It looks like a channel, so it's useless now. Nevertheless, the low here must be marked. 59,901. This low must be marked here as a local technical support. Very nice pin bar here. Long down shadow, up candle, up candle, up candle, and on the daily it might look like. Let me just change the time frame to daily. On the daily, it might look quite interesting as well. Look at this. Yesterday, we got this pin bar here. Long upper shadow, long down shadow. Very interesting, something like this, and then we got upside swing. Today we started very nice, but we need to break above the yesterday's high, 61,294, in order to confirm the test of the daily moving averages, the 50 and 100 periods moving averages, located at 61,450, 61,590, so very, very close to the yesterday high. If we test it and break higher, then the upside movement is possible. Nevertheless, even if that movement to the upside is legit and valid, the momentum is still below the level of 50 on a daily time frame chart. We need to break above the level of 50 here, or above the neutral level on a daily time frame chart, to see the bulls coming back to the market and moving the price higher, pushing the prices higher towards the wave B high, towards this high. If there is no reversal back above the level of 50 on the RSI, daily RSI, this might be just a pullback to the upside, and then we will continue lower. All right, so please keep an eye on the RSI. It's a very important to see how the market will react when the RSI hits the level of 50, if ever. That's everything from me for today. Thank you very much for watching this analysis, and I hope I see you guys next time. Take care and bye bye.